Hello dear traders, today is Tuesday, October the 12th and I'm online again with a fresh market review prepared for InstaForex. Today is interesting day. Costa Rica is celebrating Dia de las Culturas, also known as Columbus Day. So let's start with gold. Yesterday I told you to be cautious when trading the asset. Judging from technical analysis, we can see a bearish trend that stopped at the end of September, when the quote suddenly reversed and went up. We can also see the formation of the third wave that stopped after the release of the non-farm payrolls report. In fact, the difference between the forecast and the actual result was simply huge. Analysts were wrong twice. And something tells me that there is some kind of a trap here. I understand that they could make a mistake once, but to make it twice. Perhaps this is just a coincidence, however they stumbled 3 times this year, which already shows some consistency. Everyone believes that Powell might start monetary policy tightening anytime soon. Yet nothing happens. The employment rate remains extremely high. For that reason, gold is at standstill. At some point, a breakout occurred yesterday. Thus, we can see 2 important targets, one near 1.1780 and the other one at 1.1833. So, if there is a breakout of the first barrier, the other one will also be broken. Thus, gold is in a standstill, platinum is staying firm at its highs, and silver is still at its lows. In any case, if I traded gold intraday, the first target from this pin bar will be in this range. We can also see that a false breakout occurred yesterday. Anyway, on a larger scale, if we take the impulse and the pullback, the quote may well break the above-mentioned barriers. This is why those of you who want to increase your shorts should be very careful. As for silver, the price consolidated. For those of you who wanted to buy the asset, one barrier has already been broken. However, in case of a false breakout, we can expect the price to skyrocket. On the weekly chart, the pin bar remains at the same level. Generally speaking, I expect silver to be bullish. Speaking of the euro-dollar pair, the greenback is expected to be bearish. This is also reflected in the euro-dollar pair. So I'm going to show you something interesting. Look, if we switch to the weekly time frame, we can see that a bullish trend developed after the pandemic. I'm drawing a Fibonacci grid to show you that the price is near the 50% level. In this range, I expect the euro to reverse and then swell to its highs of the current and the previous year. That's why trade very attentively in this range, where you may also consider buying the pair. If we look at the market in 2018 and in 2019, we can notice that the price was falling very slowly and that a major plunge happened at the start of the pandemic. As you can see, the pair has almost recouped all its losses for 2 years. All this may indicate the formation of a third wave that may head towards new highs. What about the sterling? I see bullish GBP. Let's turn to the weekly chart again. The price is at the weekly mirror level. 2 weeks ago, a pin bar was formed. The previous week closed with the inner pin bar. Those of you following the trend strategy might say that the pound would plunge. And like some of you, I trade on the weekly chart. For that reason, I expect the sterling to skyrocket. So we can see these 2 highs as well as the in 2018 high. Not to mention the Brexit extreme point, I think the pound may well soar above 1.4500. I see the same tendency for gold, silver and euro-dollar pair. Such a scenario may become possible because of a weaker dollar. That's all for today. See you in my next review. Bye bye.